Hey everyone, welcome to vlog 6 out of 40. Today is Tuesday, March 11th and it is 3:30 p.m. Yesterday I did not show the knitting that I had done on the second day of the fair, so I grabbed it to show you. This is my forest fruit sock. I love how it's working up, by the way. This is so pretty. And the llama stitch marker is where I was last time I showed you. So I did maybe like an inch. I was supposed to put in stitch markers, light bulb markers, last Friday or Saturday. I talked about that. I forgot. So when we were driving to Hardenberg on Sunday morning, I took the stitch markers out of the leg and added them to the foot because I was afraid that I would reach the point on where I had to start my toe. So, but it's not quite where I am right now. I will put stitch markers in here. In the end, I will use my Sockmate to determine the place where I start my toe, but yeah, I still would want the stitch markers in there to make sure that I have the same amount of rounds. So I'm going to move the stitch marker up now, and I will add the light bulb markers in a minute. I will add them to the foot also, to the leg also, so then we are back on track. I also worked on my muscle burrow. Like I showed you, that just the yarn hangs from my wrist. And I can knit on this muscle burrow without having to look at my knitting. And this is the amount of work I got done on the Sunday. So this is about 2 inches, a little more, no, it's more. We have something to measure here. Yes, we do. A little over 3 inches. A little over. I will move the stitch marker up. This will probably go in hibernation until I am at the fair in Breda on April 4th and 5th. Because this is just an ideal fair knit. So there's no point really into finishing it here on the couch, because then I have to cast on another muscle burrow hat for the fair. I swapped one skein with my neighbor at the fair, who was Frogmouse Studio, Meerte. She was behind me, and I was eyeing this skein of yarn, and I still have to get back to her and ask what this is exactly, because there's no label, as you can see. And I remember baby alpaca and cotton, but I'm pretty sure that there was another. I probably silk or something. You see here, that is probably silk. I meant to take a picture of the sign that was there. I forgot, so I have to check with Meerte what the contents are of this skein of yarn. I will also show you the skeins that I got last week, because now we have daylight. This was the skein from Desert Vista Dye Works that Linda sent me, the Go-Go Vacation colorway. And look how pretty this is. This is a self-striping. I can't wait to knit with this. And I bought this one at the fair at Winnie's Wool. And this is a completely different color experience than when I showed it last Saturday, right? So, yeah. Okay, I have been knitting this morning just a little on my merengue. I just made the turn again and added the second color in here. This is the second color, this was the first, so there's just a very little difference from the first one, but that's okay. I have to knit for 12 rounds with an eyelet round in the middle, and once I have done that, I will add the chocolate cake in again. That is coming from my secret skein. And when I'm doing that, I will try to record it because, as you can see, this is stockinette. Completely blank there. Stockinette, and this is reverse stockinette. And I did not feel like purling for 12 rounds every time I was knitting with my secret skein. So I turn my work inside out and I knit for 12 rounds again. So I'm going back and forth, and there was a question about how I'm doing that. So if I have to turn again, I will try to record it. And another thing that occurred to me when I was knitting it is that when I change to the chocolate cake and when I start knitting in the other direction, it gives me the purl bumps that are visible. And I did not want that. So when I add in the chocolate cake, I knit one round, and then I turn my work inside out and knit the other way. And at the end, my last round of chocolate cake, I turned and I knitted one round. The purl rounds will still stand out a little, as you can see. So, yeah, I finally got this project going. And then I was thinking, what am I going to do with the leftovers? And I came up with a plan. I found 2 shorties. I have a 3 centimeter needle on one side and a 5 centimeter needle on the other side. I had 2 of these cables, and I could only make 2 needles like this when I was using my 2.5 millimeter needle tips, and that is 2.5 millimeter is US 1.5, I think. Not sure. Anyways, I was thinking, if I want to make a stripy sock, how cute would it be to work them 2 at a time on separate needles? So I did 5 rounds of knit 2 purl 2 in the chocolate cake, and then I did 1 round of knits with this colorway, and I'm going to do 4 more rounds of knit 2 purl 2, so I have 5 rounds again. Then I'm going to do 5 rounds of chocolate cake, probably, or less. I will just have to see. But anyways, I have 2 of the same needles. I keep the longer needle in my right hand. I have been thinking to switch it up, but I'm afraid that when I hold it like this, I will get a different gauge on the second sock, so I'm not going to do that. And yeah, I will work these concurrently to my merengue so that I can use up the leftovers right away. And the merengue will get wider and wider, so I will need more and more of each contrast color. So I will just have to see how that works out for my socks. And I have 15 colors and I have my main color. I will just have to see where it brings me once I've reached the toe. I put a 4-leaf clover stitch marker in here that I got from Michael this weekend, and I have another one, and that will go in the other sock. Is this a 4-leaf clover or is it a shamrock? I wasn't sure. Let me know in the comments. Oh, and I have been taking out the Mauer sweater design, and I am kind of leaning towards starting over again. Because I made kind of a mess here. There's a needle in here that I don't like. I was trying to come up with the short sleeve version, but that means I have to take this ribbing out and knit a bell sleeve in this yarn. I am just not sure if I want to step into this project again like this. So I'm leaning towards frogging it, starting over again, and just work my way through the entire sweater. I wanted to make, I'm going to design 3 sleeve options, and I was thinking about doing 1 sleeve option on this side and 1 sleeve option on that side. And I have knitted an entire sweater for Kiersey, so that also gives me 1 sleeve option. But I decided that I at least need 1 complete sweater again with the long sleeve option. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to knit it in Where's My Martini? That's my green colorway. And with the long sleeve option and my new yarn, which will appear in the shop later this year once this pattern is released, because yeah, well, you need the same color. And I just decided that now that I have the Keep Your Leg Warmer ready and the Wool Robbie is being tested, I should just move on to my next design, which has been in hibernation for far too long, and just finish it. I think the release date will be somewhat later in this year, because having a sweater graded and tested will take time, but I hope to launch this in the fall fair, on one of the fall fairs, so I will keep you posted. This is not a secret anymore. I've already showed the sweater that I designed. I just need to work out the rest of the design. So this is in my Knitting in Progress bag, made by Esther. It really should have said Design in Progress. So yeah, you will see this again somewhere in this 40 Days of Flock series. I am going to download this to my computer, start editing and knit a little more on my merengue. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again tomorrow. Bye bye.